Hello everyone, what is up? Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. Today we're going to be talking about what is happening with the XRP and the XRP community. Now in CoinMarketCap, XRP is at 24 cents. We are a little bit in the green today. But if we go to XRP's back tweet, send it Brad. Just a fun tweet that I looked at. But now guys, before we jump into news, like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, nor is financial advice, just entertainment value only. XRP Cross tweet out.
The US is, we don't have the digital dollar, right? Even though folks like Christian Carlo have recommended that. We need to get on top of that. We need to do a much better job of capital markets regulators, Silicon Valley-like cities, not just Silicon Valley, Austin, many other places, working together like they do in so many other countries. And then finally, I just have to say it, in the US, all things blockchain, digital currency, they start and end with the SEC. And, we got to give SEC credit. They faced a terrible ICO problem in 2017. It was needed to be stopped. They stopped it, and they should be admired for that. But that war has finished. And now we're in this tech Cold War with China. And instead of pivoting to encouraging US innovation to keep up, they've done the opposite. They gave Bitcoin and Ethereum a pass, proof of work systems. That benefits China, weirdly. But everything else is still in limbo, or worse, kind of being regulated through enforcement. And the message there is blockchain digital currencies are not welcome in the US. If you want to be in this business, you probably should be going somewhere else. And to be honest with you, we're even looking at relocating our headquarters to a much more friendly jurisdiction, lots of them, UK, Switzerland, Singapore, Japan, and that's
We don't have a digital dollar. We need to do much better job. Capital markets regulators, Silicon Valley cities working together. The message is blockchain and the digital currencies are not welcome in the US. The cryptic poet has tweeted out.
For that, right? The government is really, really good at establishing rules and conducting supervision. We're great at that. Government has no history at all of building products that innovate or that offer people good choices. And so why would we think that would be different in constructing a payments instrument? I just don't think that's the right role. So we're trying to go out with frameworks. We're excited that there are tech companies coming out with tokens. Let's marry those two things up. Our frameworks, their tokens. And then I think we can catch up to the rest of the world, which is way beyond us on this issue at the moment.
So are you saying that other countries are ahead of the US right now in terms of regulation?
Well, look, China issued an e-renminbi that is now circulating, and they issued it last week. Our government says that we're 4 years away at a minimum from issuing a test version of a U.S. central bank digital currency. So I don't think that's a matter of opinion. Even going further than that, the EU put out a draft stablecoin framework document about 2 weeks ago. We're working on that right now with our other agency partners, and I think we'll speak to that relatively shortly. But still, the EU is out in front of us. We are supposed to be the global financial leader, or at least we have been for the last 50 years. And I want to make sure that we retain status even as other countries are looking to catch up. That requires that we move faster.
Brian Brooks wants the US to retain the global financial leader status. Next it comes from Boy XRP.
Hi, my name is Ryan Zagon. I'm with Ripple. I want to follow up with a couple comments on particularly the conversation about what we'll see going forward and the ecosystem we see developing. So right now, I think blockchain and Bitcoin has been described as a panacea for everything in financial services. We spent 2 years working with banks for proof of concepts, pilots, and live products that they're working over our network now to learn that that is not the case, that Bitcoin or blockchain is not needed to solve all of our issues. As was said earlier, DTCC can go real time today with the technology they have today. It's not a technology problem. What we're focused on and where blockchain comes in is on use case specific issues. So in finding a use case where there's friction that could benefit from blockchain. So in our vision of the future is that you have some blockchain or Bitcoin networks developed, both private and public, and you also have centralized systems like DTCC running today. And the value we see going forward is not in building a network that everyone uses, but in connecting these different networks. So we see a varied ecosystem of both distributed companies and distributed networks, along with centralized networks. And the value here is going to be connecting those. There was a comment earlier about, do you need blockchain to connect those? And we wholeheartedly think no. That is not necessary, and nor do we think we'll likely see that. likely because of the permissions, the operational resiliency concerns that come up when outsourcing the operations of a network to unknown parties. That's far outside of what we see in the regulatory construct. So we likely see an interoperability protocol that gets developed that is not blockchain-based.
I mean, the individual networks may be blockchain-based, but the network-to-network thing is not.
Correct. And I would point folks to the W3C, the Web Standards Group for the Internet. They have such protocol that they're working on now called Interledger. And it's a non-blockchain protocol that connects centralized systems and distributed, along with distributed to distributed. It creates an internet of value, as we see it, where there's connectivity between all different types of systems and systems that are designed for use case specific problems.
Now guys, here's to the fun part of XRP and the XRP community. Now this is quite interesting. Obvious Rise tweet out, do you really think Ripple will move to China or anywhere else? Have you lost your mind? Ripple is American and that's why Ripple will win. It's just pressure against US to speed up regulations. They have been putting pressure on US for months, but elections first. It's coming. Remember guys, rapid. Everything's gonna happen fast. Rocky Addy tweet out, people were wondering for crash to buy lower. Please read this. If the market stocks, bonds, derivatives, cryptocurrencies, commodities, etc. do indeed crash in order to implement RV, GCR, then we won't be able to buy the lower prices. Something to consider for those waiting on the side. Your HODL bag should already be loaded. If we go down here, it's a flash crash, nobody can buy. They will push the price to $5 either for a shakeout. And then we can see here from the Cool Twin, likewise, if you understand the things some assets XRP solve, the institutions that are using it and major banks, it will be fair to speculate to say a flash pump to keep us out.
Business, if you've got a good business, you've got it. If you're going to own a business for 10 years, you're going to see a lot of terrible headlines. You know, I bought into my first business in 1942, and they didn't notice that I did. But just imagine all those headlines at that time, and the world, the Philippines were falling. I mean, we were losing the war, and but the United States is going. Your kids are going to live better than you did, and your grandchildren are going to live better than they do. And generally speaking, productive assets are going to be worth more in this country. And if you own a diversified group of productive assets, you'll do fine as long as you don't read the papers.
Although you did say an hour.
Productive assets will be worth more in the future. USCTO, today White House is launching Quantum.gov, the official website of the National Quantum Coordination Office. This new dedicated site will feature the latest updates and resources on the admin's wide-ranging quantum initiatives. Look at this, guys. Everything quantum. This is quite interesting. Valjester put something in gematria, very telling. We can see here from Batchy Crypto, nothing happens until something moves. If we go down here, King's Rod in the Fire, Cash. Remember the numbers you see when looking it up. Again from Valjester, never forget, XRP was basically $51,000 per coin on all exchanges if I'm not mistaken. Massive glitch or future price. Hopefully guys, future price. XRP HODL tweet out, Bearable Guy 123 always surprises me. Future proves past. Image from Lodestar 3 had the word fit circled. What did it mean? I thought back then. I'm sure just a coincidence that image the bear gave has Christine Lagarde in the title. Look at what she tweets today. Fit. Again, we can see everything connects. Once again from XRP HODL, it's usually the people that are temps or in acting positions that come in and shake things up. Joker XRP has tweeted out, every one of you has been told sorry we don't accept cash. Pay attention, the world is shifting. We knew for years this was going to happen. From 1988 to be precise, the world is going cashless. The only thing that can sustain and facilitate is Ripple and XRP. Elite has tweeted out, the fall in altcoins will continue until the end of October. November is the month of stabilization, preparing the base for growth. This will be the month for medium-term purchases, altcoins. A lot of things should be coming, guys. Once again from Obvious Rise, The price of XRP will go up these days only because we are approaching swell, nothing else, and absolutely nothing concrete will be announced. The price will fall on the last day of swell and the days that follow. Don't be fooled. Again, guys, this bearish settlement. What are you guys' opinions about this? We can see here from Baba Cux has tweeted out a couple of things. Phase 3 begins November 1st. The final tip for today's video comes from Baba Cux. When Phase 3 begins, you won't even worry about a date. The proof will spill out and validate all. I'm not worried. I'm not here for Twitter awards. I've already won in real life. My bank account is what matters. So we can see here. What do we think, guys? Phase 3 is approaching as well. A lot of things should be happening, guys. But who really knows what will happen at the end of the day? But anyways, guys, hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you guys did, please leave a like, subscribe if you guys are ready. Feel free to be a member of the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. And you guys, see ya.
This is the beginning of the greatest economic cycle this country has had since World War II. And I knew the things that Donald would do. And he hasn't even got started. But this is the eye of the motherfucking storm, the perfect storm. It ain't never going to get any better. Never. This is perfect for the QLA model. If I could have written a prescription or a formula, I couldn't have written it any better. Low interest rates, money's free, you stupid. Massive chaos. And Donald's going to rip the mother economy apart. And he's going to for practice in a good way. This is it. It ain't never going to get any better. This is like a multiple orgasm the rest of your life, you fucking slags that are in the audience. This is it.
Sometimes I don't want to hear what Dan has to tell me. But as I wrote in one of my blogs, the old man, he's always right. Because he's telling you what you don't want to hear about yourself, but what you know is true. And that is, you're not stepping yourself up. You're not stepping your game up. And you get caught up in fear. As Dan says, false expectations appearing real.